Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel. Today we're diving into one of the most concerning cybersecurity incidents of recent weeks, DeepSeek's massive data breach. If you haven't heard, over 1 million records were exposed due to an unsecured database, including sensitive chat logs and API keys. We're going to break down what happened with DeepSeek, the risks surrounding the leaked data, and whether or not this data could end up in the wrong hands. Stick around, because this is something that could affect a lot of people. So, what exactly is DeepSeek? It's an AI-powered service that processes vast amounts of data. However, a serious flaw in its security recently allowed over 1 million records to be exposed to the internet. This breach revealed everything from chat logs to private API keys, and naturally, it has a lot of people on edge. With data leaks like these, the question isn't just about the breach, it's about what happens next with that data. Now, a major concern that's been raised is how likely it is that all of the data, including chat logs from DeepSeek users, was actually downloaded. Given that the database was left unsecured for an unknown period of time, it's not unreasonable to think that malicious actors were able to download the entire thing. So if you're one of DeepSeek's users, it's understandable why you might be worried. While the issue has been fixed by DeepSeek, the question still remains. Was this all discovered before someone else had a chance to exploit the data? If malicious actors had access to it first, it's entirely possible that everything was downloaded. The vulnerability was discovered by security researchers and patched, but if someone already had access before that, the data may have already been harvested. One of the biggest fears surrounding this breach is that all this exposed DeepSeek data could eventually be posted publicly. Would hackers leak everything for the world to see? While it's true that data dumps happen, in this case, the risk of the DeepSeek data being released publicly isn't as clear-cut. Malicious actors, especially those at the state level, usually prefer to use the data quietly rather than broadcasting it. After all, there's much more money in using stolen data for other purposes, like ransom or further cyber attacks. But here's where things get tricky. Just because the data hasn't been dumped publicly doesn't mean it hasn't been exploited already. If the DeepSeek data is out there in the wrong hands, it could be sold on dark web forums or encrypted messaging services. So while it's not guaranteed that this data will show up on a public platform like we've seen with other breaches, it's still a very real concern that it might pop up somewhere. Let's talk about the accessibility of this DeepSeek data. If someone were to post the data online, how easy would it be for someone to search for your personal information? While the average person might not have the skills to track down specific details from a data dump, more advanced users, or even hackers, could use specialized tools to search for sensitive data from DeepSeek. That's why it's so important to keep an eye on any personal accounts associated with this breach. And if the worst-case scenario happens and your data is posted publicly, is there anything you can do to get it removed? Unfortunately, once data like this is out there, it's very hard to remove. Search engines don't usually index dark web content, but if the DeepSeek data makes its way into mainstream areas, it could become searchable in the future. So, what steps should you take if you're worried about your data being involved in the DeepSeek breach? The first thing you need to do is change your passwords and rotate any API keys you might have used with DeepSeek. Don't wait for something to happen, act now. Additionally, it's a good idea to monitor your accounts closely for any signs of unusual activity. Now, let's step back for a second. In an age where data breaches like this one are becoming more common, it's crucial to realize that no system is 100% secure, DeepSeek included. Whether it's a massive tech company or a smaller service, breaches can and do happen. But there are steps you can take to minimize the risks and protect your data. Thanks for watching today's video. If you found this breakdown of the DeepSeek breach helpful, make sure to like, comment, and subscribe. If you have any questions or concerns about your data being affected by this breach, feel free to drop a comment below. Stay safe, keep your information secure, and I'll catch you in the next video.